Hello and welcome to our series of introductions to Kwaime's Advisory Board members. Today I'm delighted to welcome Claudio Vittori, Senior Technical Research Analyst, Powertrain and E-Mobility Component Research, Automotive at IHS Markit. Welcome, Claudio.
Hi, Victoria. Great to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
No problem. Thank you for joining us. Claudio, can you start by giving us a summary of who you are, your work background and history in the industry?
Yes, of course. I've been working for about 10 years into the mobility ecosystem, addressing the challenge of the electrification from different angles, different perspectives. I've been working for about 5 years into the charging infrastructure side, into working for charging infrastructure manufacturers and in the role of project management and in different countries. Then I've spent about 1 year into an e-mobility startup, a Chinese electric vehicle startup, and joining IHS Markit a couple of years ago, and now leading the research into the e-mobility components with a special focus on electric motors, power electronics, and charging infrastructure.
And your history with Kwaime, you've obviously kindly agreed to be part of our new advisory board, but how many years have you attended and why do you attend the show? What do you get out of it?
Yeah, I mean, we have a solid history with the Coil and Winding Expo. We have been part of the events in outside Europe as well, with colleagues joining the events in China and North America for a while. And I've been personally part of the event in the last 3 years, presenting all our insights and having of discussing with most of the people attending the event and having great feedback and establishing new network and personal, connection over the last 2-3 years.
And going back to the industry as a whole, what are the biggest challenges and opportunities that you think are currently available or facing the industry? Obviously, challenges and opportunities quite often go hand in hand. So how do you view the industry at the moment?
Yeah, well, this is a great question. I mean, from the automotive perspective, of course, I mean, the electrification is one of the most important challenges that the industry is facing now over the last 10 years with the new, when the first electric vehicles start appearing to the market, the first generation of vehicles. And these together with autonomous driving is probably one of the main changes that is going to appear into the market and moving, all the pillars of the automotives and having new suppliers facing new challenges and new opportunities in the automotive industry.
And electrification, do you feel that's the biggest transformation we're going to see in the industry over the next 10 years? Or in addition to that, is there anything else?
No, probably electrification is something that is probably posing more challenging than all the rest, because if you consider all the components domain of the automotive, I mean, most of the major automotive tier 1 and tier 2 will be impacted by electrification. If you consider that in the next 10 years, we are expecting then more than 80 millions of electric motors should be produced. And this will imply, of course, a reduction in terms of engine components. So all the traditional business of certain supplies will be massively impacted, and with opening the doors to new challenges and opportunities for emerging suppliers and jumping into the new opportunity provided by the automotive market.
And going back to Kwaime as a show, how obviously with the challenges and the transformations that we're going to see in the industry, how can we reflect that best in the agenda of the show? So what are the hot topics that we should look to include in the conference content agenda?
Yeah, that's a great question, and frankly, I do see the e-motor part as one of the pillars of the Coil and Winding Expo over the last few years, and with a lot of tier 1 and tier 2 looking at the e-motor part as a coil and winding as a reference point for the electrification in terms of e-motor technology. But as I said, electrification means more a new ecosystem of automotive, which implies, the charge infrastructure domain, for example, the new battery and chemistry technology, the raw materials availability. So a broader view about electrification will imply new insights, new experts talking about the availability of raw materials, the tier 1 and tier 2 challenges. So covering more and a wider, having a wider view in terms of what the electrification means for the automotive industry.
And going back to you as a person and your career specifically, what's been the favourite project you've worked on throughout your career?
Well, of course, the charging infrastructure has been one of the most challenging aspects of my career, because talking about back in 5-6 years, we are talking about a market which was, facing the first generation of electric vehicles, and without any historical background on knowing how the electrification will react to the charge infrastructure system, how the business related to the charge infrastructure would have been in place. And but now we are being part of such a big company and providing our insight to all the major automotive players. It's a great challenge. It's a great a challenge for me, as well as a great opportunity of learning a lot and keep my career and my knowledge about automotive increasing.
And as a member of the Kwame Advisory Board, how do you see yourself and the Advisory Board as a whole contributing to the growth and success of Kwame going forward?
Yeah, I truly recognize this opportunity of being part of the advisory board as a great opportunity for me to provide some of our strategic insights in terms of components domain. And I think that most of all the other people sitting in the advisory board will have the capability and the strategic position of bringing a lot of insight that can drive the future choices of coil and winding, and maybe helping out on making the view about electrification broader and covering a lot of topics that might be of interest for all the attendees.
We're really looking forward to working with you and the rest of the advisory board. It's an exciting time. And finally, tell us a bit about you outside of work and what you do in your spare time when you get some, and how do you relax and unwind?
Yeah, in this special time of COVID, I mean, the family time is something that we looking at, and I really enjoy my 2-year-old kid and so on. And apart from that, I'm really a fan of football, and I really love photography, and to enjoy mountains and lakes when enjoying the nature when it's possible.
Yes, I'm with you on that. Being outside in nature, we certainly appreciate it more than we have done nowadays, I think. So I agree with you on that. Well, it's been so lovely to speak to you, Claudio. And as I said, we're really looking forward to working with you and developing Kwame with you and the other advisory board members over the coming months, and looking forward to meeting in person at the show in Berlin in May.
Thanks a lot. Looking forward to working together with you and to see you in person soon.
Yes, definitely. Thank you, Claudio.
Thank you.